Hi, everybody.
You know how blessed you are to have someone so good looking sitting next to you?
You're the talent.
I like
you're,
to remind
you're the talent.
you of this.
So anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back to Hearing Things with Julie and Brad. And today is going to be the first of 2 advocacy tips episodes we are going to record. We already wrote this in a blog, but we know that not everybody who follows us reads or watches all of our content, so we wanted to steal from ourselves and give us content in this format.
I'm going to give us a shameless plug.
Okay, go for it.
Our advocacy blog was also published on the Limping Chicken.
Oh, right.
Which is the leading deaf news and entertainment site in the UK. So we're very proud of that accomplishment. So go over to limpingchicken.com, check us out, and support the work that they're doing as well. So that was a pretty big deal.
It was?
To have that picked up.
We are international. Fancy. So what do you got? So today we're going to be talking about how an extrovert can advocate for her or his hearing needs, because not everybody is comfortable doing the same things, and so we branched out, and Julie is going to tell us how she advocates for herself.
So in case it wasn't clear, I'm the extrovert in this partnership. Just in case anyone missed that detail along the way.
Who's shocked? Raise your hand if you're shocked.
And no one.
No.
No. So I wrote this blog post called An Extreme Extrovert's Guide to Self-Advocacy. This is based on my personal experiences with self-advocacy from a very young age. As many of I've told the story before, I came home from school in first grade crying because I couldn't hear the teacher. And my parents empowered me from that young age to say, you need to go back in tomorrow, tell the teacher you need your seat changed. And from there, that was it. And they were right. I needed to have my voice because I am responsible for what I need. It's not up to anyone else to make those assumptions or decisions for me. So that brings me to my first point. You ready?
Let's do it.
I have pulled no punches.
No,
I'm probably going to offend somebody. I don't care. Here we go. Take what you like and leave the rest, people. All right. This is in no particular order, but I'm going to start with number 1, which rightfully belongs in the number 1 spot. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay? Sorry to be so harsh here. You are in charge of the narrative of your disability. You have a choice. You can function or you cannot function. There's no in between.
Right.
Fight me on that. But I'm telling you, in broad strokes, that's it. Own it. Own your identity. Done.
That was so hard for me to do. It took me years. So it's good.
But your
It's
quality
good
of
advice.
life will be better for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something you have to do. You have to do it.
You have to do it. Just treat it like a nuisance. Treat it like your brown eyes or brown hair. Well, since it comes out of a bottle, brown hair. But, it is what it is. So sorry.
Yeah.
No one wants to come to your pity party. Get over it. Number 2. Like I said when I started this thing, you know what you need best.
Yeah.
You have to get in a place where you are using your voice. There are too many people that are more than happy to swoop in and play the savior role so they can feel good about themselves, helping the poor disabled person who we can all learn a special lesson from. No. No more. That behavior stops today. Either speak up or sit down. Number 3. Self-disclosure. It's not easy. It's hard, and every time you disclose your disability, if it's invisible like mine is, you don't know your hearing aid, you can't see him. Unless my hair's back. It's a risk. It's a vulnerability. It is a safety risk sometimes, and you're risking judgment from others. You know what? I don't care. Get comfortable in disclosing your disability, no matter how messy, annoying, and risky it can be in some situations. Do it anyway. Because you are owning your power. You are owning yourself. You are owning your identity, and you are making it clear to people that, hey, just because I have something that might work a little bit differently doesn't mean that I am not valued, doesn't mean that I shouldn't be included, and doesn't mean that this environment needs to change to adapt for me.
I'll say it gets easier. So if the more often you do it, it does get easier.
Riled up.
It's no, I know. That's why
Get
I
the
want to
blood
give
pressure
you a
machine.
second.
I'm riled up. Go ahead, continue.
So it gets easier, not easy, the more you do it.
It's never easy. And I love the quote, just because I carry it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. Every single time I need to open my mouth to advocate for myself or self-disclose or be vulnerable, it's hard. I don't like it. You know what? Tough. Do it anyway. Number 4, accept and embrace the use of assistive technology. I admit this was a hard one for me. This took me a lot of years to do.
Interesting.
Because I felt like I was giving in.
Really?
Because I've been so forthright and so strong in functioning in an artist world
Right.
with a hearing loss then I'm like, no, I can do this. I can do better. You're going to do something with 5 senses. I'm going to do it better than you with 4. Okay? That's been my driving mantra my entire life. And it's got me where I am today.
True.
You know, lucky you. You're along for the ride now. But
so let me ask, what changed your mind?
I railed against it in high school and college.
Okay.
We have those clunky FM systems, like the sides of encyclopedias. And I just didn't like that I stood out in that way. I didn't like that my disability was at the front. Because for so much of my life, it was just, like I said, it's just a nuisance. It's like all these things I have to deal with. It just made me feel really seen and not in a great way.
Yeah.
And one of my high school math teachers, I'll never forget it, clipped the microphone on and made the announcement to the entire class. I'm wearing this because Julie has hearing loss and needs it. Really, buddy? Yeah. That wasn't on you to disclose. But back then in the late 80s, early 90s, the sensitivity and the awareness and the acceptance was just not there. I can argue it's still not there. But anyway, I thought I could manage it myself and that the assistive technology tools were for the weak among us.
Well, I will say that the technology when you had analog hearing aids was trash.
That was trash.
So now that they're digital, it's so much easier.
But guess what? Now that I've finally given in to the Roger Mike pen, I can't live without it.
Right.
I can't live without it at work. It helps me hear my students from across the room.
Great.
I can move around and teach. I'm not straining to hear the kid in the back that does hand raise.
Where do you keep the mic? Do you put it on your desk?
The kids pass it around.
That's
awesome. They're awesome. I nominate somebody every day. I'm like, okay, who's in charge of the mic today? Awesome. Oh. So they run around like Phil Donahue. It's the funniest thing. I'm like, okay, so-and-so over the other corner's got a question. Go. And they're like booking it, pulling it out. So I make the kids part of the process.
Right. It gives them agency.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it creates a sense of normalcy.
Yes.
That, you might run into people who need something different. No big deal. Help them out if they, if they want to. Here's my best advice for those of you that have a hard time speaking up, are afraid to disclose your disability, don't want to feel vulnerable, feel different, don't want to be a burden, blah, blah, blah. Come up with a script that you're ready to trot out to share information, right? Just have a script ready. That makes it far less scary. You say it enough times, it just rolls off the tongue. So, like, for example, my script is, hello, my name is Julie. I just let you know I wear 2 hearing aids. I will let you know if I need you to repeat or rephrase anything. But we should be fine because we're in a quiet environment, or whatever it is. It sounds the same pretty much every single time. Oh, my God, I'm wired today.
She's like on fire.
Oh, man. So having the script ready takes the pressure off of you. It takes some of the scariness out of the interaction if you're someone like that.
I'll say I've seen it in action. It's great. It's because it's just so simple. It's assertive but not aggressive or even mean. It's just she says it and it's there.
Go.
The reactions are interesting.
It also sets. What did you say?
The reactions.
Oh my God!
I
love on a show about hearing impaired. I just didn't even hear you.
She's too riled up.
I am.
So
you're
actually,
not looking at me.
That's a really good point, right? Is our hearing changes. You're all riled up. And so you're going, your mind's going, and so you're not in a place to readily receive input from me. Yeah,
not even a second. What
great example. The people how they receive your script varies very, very much, right? So you say your little script, and some people are like, "What?" Other people are like, "Oh, okay," or some people will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So you get a lot of different reactions.
That happened to me yesterday. The "I'm sorry" happened in the Barnes & Noble cash register. So I had my hair down, I was buying books, and the gentleman was mumbling. I said, oh, excuse me, I wear hearing aids. I am so sorry. I go, just like this. I go, buddy, you didn't know. I said, my hair's down. I said, we haven't met before. Don't worry about it. And, you can use your humor to put people at ease if you want to. Yeah. Sometimes if people have a little bit of an attitude, I'll go the passive-aggressive route. But, it's whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Sets the expectation, defines your disability, and clarifies best practices because you've taken all the guesswork out of it. Right? And you put yourself in charge of the narrative. You have to teach people how to communicate with you. That's not a tip. That's just an extra. You get a bonus.
That's a bonus.
All right. Intrusive questions. They're going to happen.
Yeah.
Get comfortable and get ready to answer them. This is another place where having a script is going to help you. For example, let's play it out.
Okay, what do we got?
And you're in control. You can feel safe to accept the question and answer it or dismiss it in a way that's polite or not so polite if you may. So, this is a common one. May I ask you about your hearing loss? How did that happen? Were you born with it? So short answers can work here.
Yeah.
Okay, and you decide how much to disclose or not. And say, oh, it was from birth, and you just move on. Mm-hmm. Or you can say, set the boundary. Don't shy away from it. Say, you know what, I prefer not to discuss my hearing loss as it is the least interesting thing about me.
Yeah.
So tell me about you. You know, how did you come to this profession or whatever you're talking about?
Right.
You are in charge of the narrative. We do not owe anybody any explanation or any education about hearing loss or any other disability. We do not have to be responsible for teaching that to other people.
Absolutely.
At all.
Yeah.
You have my permission. Done. We are not put here to be the special friend that everybody learns a lesson from, that we roll out of the closet once a year to teach about deafness and roll us back in. Not happening. Anyway.
Yes.
I digress.
Not really.
Kind of goes back to the disclosure part. Be explicit in how you communicate. It'll make the interaction that much more effective. So, for example, I tell people I need you on my left side. I move you all the time, like physically.
Like physically.
Physically, I grab them like this way. Move them on my left because it's my stronger ear. Or I say to people, you know what? I need you to face me while you're speaking. If you use assistive technology, teach them what it is and have them use it in the moment. It's okay. You are taking control of your situation. This also eliminates any assumptions of people trying to sign at me the second they hear I have hearing loss.
Yeah.
Do that. Or the yelling, or the over-enunciation.
Wow.
Set the expectation up front. Okay. Finding allies. There's a big difference here between finding a true ally that's going to help you or getting hooked up with the savior person who comes with good intention but actually ends up being more disabling to you than your disability ever could be. I'm very lucky in work, education, friendships. I have found people that are able to truly serve as allies. Here's what I mean. I'm in a meeting. I'm taking my notes. I know that over here, can initiate going up. I'm going to use Tricia as an example. She's been on the show. She's amazing. Yeah. We get separated in meetings, but that's okay. We can't behave ourselves. If you saw the show, go back and find Tricia's show. It's fantastic. I go up to Tricia and go, hey, can I look at your notes from the meeting just to make sure I got everything? That's a lot different than Tricia coming over to me and saying, I took notes for you. Here you go. Get away from me. She would never do that, by the way. But get away from me. Yeah. No, you don't get to choose.
It's
you don't get to make the assumption and decide what I need. That's the difference between you having an ally, you're in control of the narrative, you having the savior disabled person. Okay.
Deep breath. You're almost there.
I know you prefer the term hearing buddy. I despise it. We talked about this before. Yeah. And this goes back to that allyship versus savior person.
Hey,
the reason I roll my eyes with, hearing buddy, it's juvenile. It dumbs down the disability. It takes away our agency as people with disabilities. It makes us feel, the savior role comes in here. I'm not a team mascot, okay? I'm not the little person that requires coddling, care, and a pat on the head. Get away from me.
Hey!
I may be 5'4", but I can stand on my own 2 feet. The dogs know I'm upset. They're contributing to the narrative. They're upset for us. They're ready to march in the streets with the signs. That's it. Okay. Do not be afraid to correct someone if they are speaking to you in a tone that you deem patronizing. For example, it seems like you can't hear your students in the cafeteria, but you can't miss your duty. What can we do together to fix this little problem?
Rocky.
Sorry. The kids are a little loud. Anyway. Don't tolerate that from anybody. We teach people how to talk to us. Our disability is not permission to be spoken to with disrespect or in a debilitating manner. The infantilization that goes on is unbelievable. And that's a microaggression. Not going to get into that right now, but it is unreal. Nope, we do not have to take that. This is hard because I think it's automatic sometimes. Stop apologizing for your disability. If you have to tell somebody, I need you to repeat something, do not lead with, I'm sorry I'm hearing impaired. I'm not sorry I'm hearing impaired. It's the way I came out. Just like Lady Gaga says I was born this way. It is what it is. I'm not apologizing for anything. People aren't out there apologize for being, jerks or whatever.
Brown hair, right? Back to the hair you talked about, right?
That's it. Change your language. Get the I'm sorry out of there. That is your job for me. If you do nothing else, if you take nothing else from my rant, get the I'm sorry out of your language. Final 11. done.
You have a top
and
11.
I need to go take my blood pressure and possibly take a Xanax and maybe have a drink because I am here today.
I think this is higher than the Helen rant. I think. Yeah.
You know why? Helen rant was early on.
Yeah.
Where
we kind of reining it in.
Where we cared about the audience back then.
Hey, we
so
care about the audience.
People that watch us right now,
Fine.
I don't care anymore. Helen, we were trying to be professional and like set up our tone. Now, the wheels are off, baby. We are done.
The wheels are so off.
Gone. We never had wheels.
No.
As far as I'm
sleds?
concerned,
I don't know.
Okay, let's acknowledge it. Let's talk about it.
We got
Advocacy is exhausting.
Oh.
It is annoying, but it is the most necessary thing that you can do for yourself, for your quality of life, for your fatigue levels, for your enjoyment. It is so necessary. You do not have a choice. It is frustrating because you have to remind people, you have to teach people how to communicate with you, and there are times, and today was one of them, where you have to constantly remind the other person you're communicating with, or people, how you need to be communicated with and that you're hearing impaired. We had to do it today. We were on opposite sides of a wall.
Wow.
I keep talking, and I'm sitting there wondering, he's not listening to me.
I'm
Why
so
is he
rude.
ignoring me? He's on the other side of the wall making a cup of coffee. The machine's going. It was ridiculous. And all of a sudden, I had a moment of like, wait a minute, he can't hear either. Like, it's bad.
It
So
speaks
kind
to
of
how systemic
how
that
honest it
is,
is.
right? So it's not just about etiquette. It's not just about somebody being a jerk. It's just part of the culture.
So, in conclusion.
Yeah, in
as
conclusion.
I come down to the end
Yeah.
of the roller coaster ride that you've all been on with me right now. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's awful. But it's necessary. Get over it and do it. All those things I just told you. Find a way. Doesn't have to be my style. My way isn't necessarily the right way. I have a very strong personality. But take what you can from this and fit it in to your own functioning, and your life will be better for it. That's it.
Yeah. So next week we'll talk about the introverts way of doing it, and it's much different, but there is a lot of overlap. And I will say she has so many good points, and I've taken some of them to heart because you need to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to the hearing loss. And so if you need to make a mix and match between yours this week and mine next week, please do it. But we just want to give people advice.
And to your point, you take what I say, but you make it your own. You
Right.
do what works for you,
Right.
for your personality.
Right.
I'm not asking anyone to choking here. I'm not asking anyone to change who they are fundamentally, because you just can't. You wouldn't be you. But take what we say this week and next week and say, okay, of those points, what inspires me to make a slight change in a way that feels good to me? Mm-hmm. And again, I've been advocating since I was 6 years old. I'm on year 45 of this now. You know what I mean? I'm 51. Oh, God, I'm 51.
You don't look 51.
No, I don't. You're right. I'm on year 45 of
Yeah.
this, so I've had a lot of decades
Yeah.
and decades and decades of experience with this. A lot of you may be coming to this relatively new if you have recent hearing loss, or you may have lifelong hearing loss and you've been shyer or more in the shadows or embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
It's going to take time.
Yeah.
I cannot underscore the importance of it.
Build on your successes, right? I've been doing it for 5 years, and I can see what works for me, and I can build on that. And it's hard, and I'm not. Hey, quiet.
Guys,
I'm not as good at it. I mean, and there's no shame in that.
that's your child, by the way.
Is it mine?
Causing
Mine
the
picking the
problem.
fight?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's causing the
Happy's picking the fight. She's a brat. But yeah, so if anyone else has any, hey, Rocky.
She took his favorite toy.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
back. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right, so I'll keep talking while we go take care of the toys over there. You got to use what works for you, and that's why we wanted to have this show, is because there's no one way to be deaf, right? We need to be able to do things that work for us. And maybe you agree completely with Julie. Great, do it. Maybe you have things that Julie didn't mention and you're still an extrovert and you want to share. Please do. We want this to be a conversation. Have people give their own 2 cents. And so hopefully that will help others in the community as well.
100%.
So you good? You need a deep cleansing brush?
Do you think if we had human children, they'd fight each other in the living room too? My
Yeah,
kids would
probably.
probably beat up your kids.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Either that or mine would beat up yours because we have kids of the opposite. Right? I'd have the extrovert kid and you'd have the introvert kid.
The dogs are hard enough to handle.
Yes,
we don't need
seriously.
human kids involved here.
All right, deep
All
breath. And you want to do a book?
Yes.
Let's do books. What do you got?
You know what? I gotta take a minute.
You want me to
before
go first?
do your
All right,
book.
I'll go
pull it
first.
together.
So I'm gonna recommend Fearless and Free, the Josephine Baker memoir.
Ooh.
This was a great book. So it shows so much of her personality. So it's a memoir, so it's not a complete autobiography. And like the Miles Davis autobiography I read years ago, it's basically her talking to a journalist essentially, and he writes down each chapter has a theme.
Oh, that's cool.
It does go chronologically most of the time. Fascinating woman. She ran away from St. Louis at 16 and went to France and became a national treasure in France. And it was really interesting because there's racism in both sides of the Atlantic, and she kind of addresses that. And towards the end, she goes back to the United States and really gets into how are we still racist about African American GIs after World War II. Right. But we were, and it was nefarious. It was really bad. But she is so amazing. So she was a spy for the French resistance in World War II.
She's so cool.
Right? So it's amazing what she can do. Huge animal lover. Funny. She's really funny in this book. But her story is fantastic. Some of the language is dated towards the end, because it was written in like the 50s. And so you have to go in with a grain of salt, but there's so much good information here.
That's cool.
And talk about an extrovert, right? Singer, dancer, she was half naked in half of her shows. So, right?
At my age, people would pay me to put my clothes back on, but that's okay. Go ahead. Continue.
So great. So she's a fantastic person to learn about. Fearless and Free, Josephine Baker.
You know what I'm happy to hear is I think about James Baldwin. I think about Josephine Baker. So many other incredible, Louis Armstrong.
Yep.
African American performers, entertainers, people of maybe a higher wealth status than many that went to France during that time to escape the racism happening here. I think there's this whitewashed version of, everything was fine in Europe. Not at all. No way. And I'm glad that picks that up in that book for sure.
It was a different kind of racism.
Yeah, it was totally still very evident, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway, I won't get too much into that, but I'm glad that touches on that because I think there is a misconception
100%.
that it was some kind of Shangri-La over there.
No.
Far from it.
Oh, far from it. So what do you got?
So once again,
Are we going different directions?
some delightful intellectual book. I'm coming in here with entertaining reads.
Good.
It's called All the Other Moms Hate Me by Sarah Harman. And I picked it up. I'd seen it on the New York Times bestseller list, and I was like, that title, this doesn't make sense. This sounds like a foo-foo beach read to me, so I totally judged the book by its cover.
Well, it happens.
Whatever. It's actually really good. It ends up being this kind of cool, intertwined mystery abduction, kind of woven together thing. It was really well done, really well written. It's an easy read in the sense that you're not keeping track of too many different details.
Yep.
But easy to read before bed. I really enjoyed it, and it wasn't the fluffy cotton candy supermarket book that I thought it was from the cover and the title. So I highly recommend it. Cool. Characters are really relatable. Very much enjoyed it. So
there you go, guys.
Grab that one.
Again, we show the differences between our personalities, which makes it work, right?
Do you? Okay.
Uh-oh. Serious question
Do you
time.
actually read all of these highbrow intellectual books, or do you skim them and...
What do you think?
You probably read them.
I
You're a
read
better
them.
person than I'll live with. All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you. Have a good day.